The town of Tapachula, Chiapas, just north of Mexico's border with Guatemala, is seeing a new kind of migrant with different origins and increasingly different destinations. It's full of people who don't speak the language, like this group of Haitians living in a string of shacks just off a major avenue and who aren't going to the United States.
Canada? Canada.
Canada.
Sí.
Day breaks over the Suchiati River. For most African and Asian migrants, this will be the 9th American border they cross on their journey north. The rafts are made of inner tubes of tractor tires. Right now we're crossing the border between Guatemala and Mexico across the Suchiati River. On this side, Guatemala. On the other side, Mexico. This is a critical crossing for Africans on the way to Canada. Locals pay $1, Africans pay about 10 times that. Angel is Guatemalan, like most of the raftsmen here. He says the migrants are leaving behind a dangerous country.
What you see in Guatemala is extortionists, rapists, thieves, and kidnappers. Why? Because the government does nothing to stop them. If they kill someone, it's like, oh well, he's dead. Probably had it coming.
Indeed, Central America is the most dangerous part of the migrants' route north. At the gateway to the isthmus, the Darien Gap between Colombia and Panama, a roadless jungle of mountains and rivers. Many of the migrants still bear scars from that crossing.
We got 3 mountains and a river. We've been walking through river almost 5 days inside the river. River, mountain, river, mountain.
Qatar is one of a group of Somalis who've reached Tapachula. With him, 20-year-old Abdi Samad.
I saw my eyes for dead body. Really, yes, dead bodies. Really, I was shocked because there's no any food, there's no place to sleep, and river and mountain.
But the worst country to cross, the migrants all agree, is Nicaragua. The socialist Sandinista government pursues them relentlessly, and Nicaraguan police collude with smugglers and bandits to strip migrants of their possessions, like Rahma, who says she fled Somalia after her husband was murdered.
In Nicaragua? Yeah.
What happened there?
They take my clothes, my cell phone, money.
Half the migrants we met were robbed in Nicaragua. By the time they reach this detention center in southern Mexico, they've also passed through Honduras, the country with the highest murder rate on the planet. Even the Africans who make it across safely usually hand themselves in, and many of them end up spending weeks here at the 21st Century Detention Center, one of the largest migrant detention centers anywhere in Latin America. And protests like the one we're seeing right now happen here all the time. At the front gate, we find a mixed group of Bangladeshi and Nepalese migrants waiting to turn themselves in. It's the only way to get papers that will allow them to cross Mexico legally. Simanto Das is from Bangladesh's Hindu minority and says his family sent him abroad to escape Islamic extremists targeting Hindus in his district.
My father little bit give me money, maybe $4,000 gonna give me cost.
It's quiet today at the center. On some days, it can look like this. Qatar's group have already been released from detention and given 20-day visas to transit Mexico. But 6 days are already gone, and they haven't moved north. The arrival of President Trump has thrown a wrench in their plans.
There's a lot of horrible things happening there in Somalia. That's why I left in Somalia, and I'm going to Canada, and I'm stuck here in Mexico.
For now, they're guests of Concepcion Gonzalez, a Mexican woman known affectionately by the migrants as Mama Africa. Along the road are immigration checkpoints where Mexican officials detain migrants like these Guatemalans as part of an agreement with the United States, an agreement that Mexico is now threatening to scrap. Mama Africa warns her guests there are other dangers on the road too.
I always tell them, buy your food, eat, and get right back on the bus. Don't go wandering around, because a lot of people believe they have lots of money on them, but I live with them. I know it isn't true.
For now, though, these migrants remain stuck in Chiapas, Mexico's poorest state, trying to keep a low profile while the days on their visas count down. Canada is still a long way away. Evan Dyer, CBC News, Tapachula, Mexico.